Newport News in Review starts right now.
Hello, I'm Aaron Pritchett, and welcome to this edition of Newport News in Review for the month of January 2011. A new year, a fresh start, and plenty of things to focus in on to get our lives back on track. And as this exciting year begins to take flight, it's also a time to expand the mind and take advantage of the many free opportunities available to you throughout this city. And yes, I did say free. And lucky for you, you don't have to look too far, because the possibilities are indeed endless, thanks to the many free programs and services offered by our very own Newport News Public Library system. And this month, we shine the light on the busiest branch within the system, from the very inviting Virgil Grissom Library, located along Old Courthouse Way and DeShazer Drive, in the heart of the Denby section of Newport News. It's a place that is pretty well tucked away in the northern part of the city. A simple-looking building, but a building with a pretty big purpose, as the Grissom Library continues to provide top-notch customer service to the citizens of Newport News, with thousands upon thousands of books, media, unique programs, and quite a collection of classes. But when it comes to libraries, this one in particular is quite special because of its name and how it became such an integral part of the community. July 1st, 1958, the year Warwick County consolidated with the city of Newport News, a time full of hope, promise, and the opportunity to expand services to a rapidly growing community of this newly created city. In particular, the Denby section of Newport News, as City Manager Joseph Biggins proposed and City Council accepted the idea of opening up a branch library in the former County Clerk's building along Old Courthouse Way. The 1,800 square foot colonial style structure built in 1810 would of course have to be converted to adequately serve as a library and also have a name. But they didn't have to look too far, as they named it the Virgil I. Grissom Branch in honor of Gus Grissom, a Korean War combat hero and famous astronaut who lived in the Stony Brook area of Denby for 4 years while stationed at the NASA Langley Research Center in Hampton. He was also an avid supporter of the Newport News Public Library system. And although he died 6 years later in an Apollo 204 capsule fire in 1967 at Cape Kennedy, his name and the library continued on, as this library became an instant hit to the community, with plenty of patrons and more than 3,000 books. But by 1973, the small confines of the library could no longer meet the demand. So the city, under the leadership of City Manager William Walson Jr., helped to secure a new site adjacent to the city's municipal complex and Fire Station 9 that would increase the size of the library by 70% and greatly enhance the overall library experience for the patrons of the Grissom Library. On September 18, 1977, Mayor Harry Atkinson helped open the doors of the brand new 15,000 square foot Grissom Library at a cost of $680,000, housing 18,000 volumes, a reference area, a 75-seat meeting room, and finally a library with adequate parking. And over the years, the same great customer service has remained the same, this very popular library, but just on a much larger scale, as Grissom remains the only library north of Main Street and serves close to 80,000 residents, not to mention the very important fact that it has moved away beyond the realms of just offering books, as the Newport News Public Library system has adapted to change and the demands of remaining on the cutting edge of technology by offering an expanded computer area for those wanting to further their career, connect to those around the world, or just to do research in a whole new way. A wide library of DVDs and other audiovisual material, free computer classes that delve into pretty much anything and everything that will help to introduce you to the world of computers or even sharpen your skills. And who could forget the numerous programs, from knitting to helping to inspire the future readers of tomorrow with Grissom's famous children's story time.
Hello, says Octopus. I think I can help. You get on that side and I'll get on this side.
So as you can see, you indeed can't judge a book by its cover, as the Grissom Library and the other 3 branches that serve this city are just waiting for you to unlock the potential and discover the many free programs that are available to you throughout the year, courtesy of our very own Newport News Public Library system. We are proud to feature the very popular Virgil Grissom Library and encourage you to take advantage of the many free programs and services that it provides throughout the year. Well, January has been another busy month, so let's take a look at what's been going on right here in the city of Newport News. It's a whole new way of reaching out and touching someone, as one very special place with a long history in this city continues to stay on the cutting edge of technology by using it to present education programs to kids all across the country and throughout the world. Celebrations are in order, as one very special company celebrates 25 years of not only providing quality products, but valuable jobs, and a commitment to the environment and to this community that have helped to make it a driving force here in the city of Newport News and beyond. And it's a chance to see recyclables like you've never seen them before, as these individuals get down and dirty, searching, separating, and doing whatever it takes to better understand just what is being recycled by you, the residents, so they can help control costs and focus educational efforts on the importance of recycling here in the city of Newport News. It's a brand new year, time for a fresh start, and a chance to make a difference in our lives, the lives of others, and in the world around us. And when it comes to making something old new again, one of the best places to start is through the simple means of recycling. And although they do it each and every day, to the Newport News Public Works Recycling Office, it's more than a job, it's an adventure.
Today we're at the Bay Transfer Facility down in Norfolk, Virginia. This is the facility where our recyclables wind up going before they get transferred to the processing facility up in Northern Virginia. Our purpose today is what we call waste audit, when we come in through a recycling container and look at a set amount of material and break down what components are actually being recycled by the residents. This helps us in two big ways. One, it helps us to identify the products that people are recycling so that we can fill out our reports for DEQ, Department of Environmental Quality, and the EPA. It also helps us to target education and outreach to certain neighborhoods because we've got them spread out throughout the city, and in different neighborhoods we get different constituents, and it helps us specifically to target certain neighborhoods and get information to them so they can recycle more efficiently. This is an eye-opening experience for everybody that comes out with us on these events and volunteered to come out, whether they're paid staff for the city or paid staff with Bay. They volunteered to do this, and we also get people from the community sometimes that come out and volunteer to do it just for an eye-opening experience, because you have to physically get dirty, be in the appropriate garb, so to speak, to be safe. But you get dirty and you separate out the material. And when you do that, it helps everybody that participates to see and maybe personalize, experience what's going on. Because once you put it in your container, or in this case, the big recycling container over at one of our facilities, our bulk facilities, what happens is you put it in there, you forget about it. This makes it a little bit more personal, and it helps our people to have a better understanding of what it is we're talking about when we come out to the public and we talk to businesses or residents about recycling. It helps us to have a more personal relationship with the program.
I was shocked, really. You know, I spend my days sitting in a desk, doing paperwork, and getting the chance to come out here and doing something different was, you know, I jumped on the chance. We're trying to sort through the debris at more of a fine point than just throwing it in a big dumpster, you know, going through plastic and paper, and being able to figure out the volume of where it's coming from and actually get an idea of how much people are recycling, because it is an important factor that we need to really hit upon, because not a lot of people do the recycling that they should.
All right, next. Well, I think people just need to make sure they understand the importance of recycling. What you got? Glass? There's so much that's going to the landfill that could be recyclable, and it's really just a matter of people taking the time and the effort to put it in the proper container. Think about what they're doing with the waste that they're generating. It's just a matter of being thoughtful, understand what you can and cannot recycle in our system. And we provide, between us and the city, we provided containers, whether they're roll-off containers or drop-off centers. We just ask that people take the time, recycle everything that you can recycle. It's just good for the environment, and it makes a lot of sense. It'll save you and the community a lot of money. All right, next.
Good things come to those who wait. And of course, we all know it takes so much more than just simply waiting around, waiting for something good to happen, because it truly takes a lot of hard work, coordination, and the right people working together to address the needs of the city and its citizens, no matter who they might be or where they might come from. as the City of Newport News Hispanic Advisory Council was recently recognized with some pretty big honors that took them all the way to Denver, Colorado.
In Newport News, we value diversity, and we also take pride in having our citizens have access to the services they expect and deserve. Recently, we were awarded the Gold Award at the National League of Cities Excellence in Municipal Government in Denver for our Hispanic community outreach that we have been doing an excellent job with in our city. Our awards entry, No Longer Lost in Translation, Strengthening Ties with the Hispanic Community, competed against several cities across the country for the category for 150,001 to 500,000 population category. We were able to receive that award at the conference, and I had the honor of accepting the award on behalf of the City of Newport News. For that award, we received a plaque, and also the NLC has designated that we will be able to select a nonprofit organization of our choice to receive a $2,000 donation. Transitions Family Services is the program that was selected to receive the $2,000. The video you're about to see is, of course, produced by the Newport News Television, and it reflects the hard work of the Hispanic Advisory Committee to the city manager and the Newport News Police Department.
Todo de familia, juego para los niños. Va a ser un lindo evento.
Lo he tratado de hacer un poco más grande porque
ya no estamos perdidos más en la traducción.
No longer lost in translation.
Newport News is a city of 193,000, located in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia. Like many American communities, we've had a significant Hispanic population increase probably in the last 20 years. And unlike perhaps in some places, we're very proud of Newport News, of our record of embracing our cultural and ethnic diversity. What really started a few years ago was an outreach program from the Newport News Police Department to ensure that our Hispanic community developed positive relationships with our police department. And that's really how our outreach began. And at this point, it's grown into all facets of community life.
It's anything special. I think that this is what's supposed to have happened years ago. Our mission was to be a liaison to the city manager's office, and as time went, it just happened that we became a liaison for all cultures. My passion has always been communication. It is obviously, if you can't talk, if you can't communicate with someone, you can't let them know what you need. Now, through our efforts, it has just come together. The reason that we are so instrumental to both the city manager's office and the Hispanic population is that we have been able to come together. And since then, there's no reason why someone couldn't call a police if they needed it. There's no reason why someone couldn't have access to health if they needed it. And the same with education, either for themselves as parents, for learning more English. We have plenty of programs, English second language, and for their children. What we do as a committee, we do come once a month and state more needs or more concerns from the Hispanic population. But one thing I am hearing from the agencies is that it is easier for them to be able to serve this public.
I think it's been a great help to us because it's helped us to improve our services to all citizens. It's a difficult process sometimes for someone to go through applying for food stamps or applying for Medicaid or TANF, services that they may be eligible for. There's lots of forms to fill out, there's people to talk to. If you don't know the system and you don't understand the system, sometimes it can be rather daunting. And so the opportunity that we've had to help to work with the subcommittee has helped us to understand what it's like to be a client who comes into our building, who needs services, and who doesn't speak English. And so we've put a lot of things in place to try to address that. We have hired more individuals who speak Spanish. We've had all of our forms translated into Spanish. Eventually, all of the signage in the building will be in Spanish. We've had training for our staff on how to work with an interpreter. So we've done quite a lot, and it's been really a result of the subcommittee that has helped us to understand what it's like to come into the building and to have language that can be a barrier, but we don't want it to be a barrier.
In 2007 is when we really started utilizing the radio show.
and every Thursday morning we go on the air with Officer Mandel and we put out crime trends, information about what happens when you make contact with the police. We take live call-ins. You know, the Newport News City Channel also put out Behind the Badge, all in Spanish, putting out the same information, just making sure that we don't miss a segment of the population that can use this information. Norfolk police officer and myself said, why don't we do a tournament? A chance for police officers to play soccer against members of the Hispanic or Latino community and see us in a different light, other than uniform and badges and when they're in deep trouble. And that went huge because we were able to use that venue to put out information from the police departments, city services, whatever. We also figured we can do this on a different level. We can bring a mobile police station and we can go to the community where we set up shop, we let them know in advance we're going to show up, and they've been very successful.
Everybody living here from America is nice. He and her help you to learn, for everything. The people here is nice. Help everybody. It's nice people.
Change is very difficult, but what we've come to find out that it was embraced. It was embraced by the community, all the city agencies, we're all on one page. And now because of that change, the Hispanic population and others that can't speak English are able to access the services in a more peaceful and comfortable way. They are no longer lost in translation.
Break out the candles, the birthday cake, and let the celebrations begin, because someone's having quite a birthday, or should I say an anniversary, for one special company who has indeed made its mark here in this city for the citizens and its 1,800 employees. And with a name like Canon and the wide array of products it produces to make our lives easier and much more enjoyable throughout the world, it's nice to know they've made the last 25 years here in this city quite memorable.
We have a number of businesses sometimes that come to an area when you bring someone and say this is a good place to do business. There's always an uncertainty about their long-term success and whether your community will be able to meet the needs of a growing company. And 25 years is a pretty exciting benchmark. In economic development, sometimes the decision process, a company can come, but because of whatever the factor it may be, they can't find the labor force, or their corporate philosophy causes them to look in other locations. They've stayed here. This is their manufacturing headquarters for the Americas, not just the United States, but also for North and South America. And that is quite a great badge of honor for Newport News to have fulfilled the process of being that manufacturing headquarters. The city was so fortunate when we were successful in attracting Canon, Virginia's investment 25 years ago to the city of Newport News. We competed for that. It was an exciting project then. It has outperformed over the 25 years. We have stayed very close with the company in understanding their growth needs, and that has paid big dividends. What's important for the long-term health of any community is diversification of your business base and your tax base. So Canon and their manufacturing operations was really an important addition to Newport News to not only be reliant on those important jobs and taxes that the shipyard provided. They brought a new level of employment opportunity. They're a model company. They invest in their employees, they invest in their business, and they invest in the community.
Canon's corporate philosophy is kyosei. The meaning is living in the harmony for the common good. This means we are not to do just job, but also we will work together with the community and to support community activities. So we are very proud to work here and to support Canon USA, Canon headquarters, and also this community.
Well, number one, to be a part of the Canon family is a wonderful experience. It's actually a great honor to work for a company such as Canon. I've been here for 23 years, and to be a part of the 25th anniversary here, it's been a blessing. Besides the fact that we do provide quality products, I know everyone hears about the Canon cameras and the printers. We don't take anything for granted. Our main commitment are our customers, so whatever we put out, whether it's a camera, whether it's a printer, whether it's our toner, we do it all the time with quality, and a lot of love goes into it too. But we take great pride in everything that we do, not only with what we make, but also making sure that we give back to the environment, as far as making sure that we're not wasteful, and that we pretty much, almost, I want to say 100%, recycle everything.
Sometimes, certainly, the larger companies are the ones that when you see their expansion plans and all, that gets a lot of media attention. And we are always trying to attract new business to the area. But you're not going to be successful if you don't reach out and understand the businesses that are already there. And once you get a company here, you need to keep them here, and you need to show that you value their presence, so that when others come to that company and try to attract them to their area, they say, no, we're satisfied here. And that's an important part, I think, of our philosophy, is we really do care about our existing business base and trying to look at how to bring companies that will complement and augment what's here. And we have a business visitation and a business retention program, and we do that for small business as well as large business. So Canon is large in many ways, but managing that relationship has taught us a lot about how to improve our relationship with other small businesses of Newport News. The City of Newport News and the Development Department just wants to congratulate Canon on 25 years of tremendous success, and we look forward to another 25 years of great growth potential and strong relationships with a model company.
You can call, you can write, you can text, email, or even Skype. No matter which method you choose, it's all about being on the cutting edge of technology. And that's very important when it comes to getting your message out. And that's exactly what the Mariners Museum has been doing for the last several years, with a program that has only gotten bigger and better with time, by helping to bring the museum and its message to school kids all across the country and all around the world.
This is the IVC Studios.
All right, good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Okay, very good. All right, well, my name is Brian. Welcome. I work at the Mariners Museum here in Newport News, Virginia.
Well, we are standing right now in the IVC Studios, IVC standing for Interactive Video Conferencing, and it's also our education area where we have our education offices. And from the 3 studios that we have for video conferencing, we are able to transmit programs to schools around the country and also around the world.
Anybody know what this might be? This really sparked the Europeans' imagination and what really set them off in exploring their world and trying to find these spices, the source of these spices. And peppercorns came from India, right here, okay? And Sri Lanka down here.
We started in 2002 where we did a very long distance broadcast all the way to, I believe it was Macintosh Elementary. And from that point on, we have grown with our program. We have found different means of promoting what we can do here at the Mariners Museum. And so now we have a range that is limitless. Well, I guess it's limited to the world right now. We haven't figured out how to go out into outer space, but we are able to go anywhere in the world where the school has the equipment to connect in with us. We have schools who find out about our programs from a number of different sources, various websites that are out there. Also, we promote our programs on our own website. And we then book the program. We have about 12 to 14 different programs that we offer. And with those programs, students can learn about science and history and language arts, all from the Mariners Museum, and we connect in through video conferencing. So going over the internet to provide programming to schools around the world.
So 1492, we know Columbus sailed the ocean blue, right? It's really great. It's exciting to see. Lots of times when we're doing on the IVC, the kids don't realize that we can see them, and that's kind of fun. Once they realize that, hey, this is really a two-way, it's an interaction between somebody on the TV, but it's really like being in the classroom. And really that's where it counts, is the interactiveness between myself or the teacher and the kids, wherever, if they're in Massachusetts or we've had some Spain and Singapore, wherever we're going to. It's exciting to be on that cutting edge, and certainly if you're not going to be there, then it's going to be, you have to be there, and that's just, it is kind of the future, is learning through different ways other than having people sitting in a classroom or sitting inside your museum.
Exactly. We've been going around to different facilities and different locations. We're doing our research to see what's available. And what we're really impressed with here is that the teacher interaction that we saw today was really dynamic. With this technology, the teachers are able to speak, they're able to move around, they're able to show all of their different equipment, and so it's not a talking head. That was our original concern about what is this going to look like. And so this really looks just like a classroom.
The video conferencing, the interactive video conferencing that we're using, starting off very small. We started off in a trailer, and we have now our own facility here at the Mariners Museum. And with this technology and with having 3 studios that can run simultaneously, it's just amazing what the Mariners Museum is doing to reach out not just to people in the city of Newport News and in the Tidewater area, but also to people around the world.
They're the building blocks of life. Well, no, not really, but they do hold a very special place in the hearts of children all around the world. And to be honest, even us adults, who can remember back to those good old childhood days where our imagination could run wild with the simple enjoyment of playing with Legos. And now the Grissom Library has gotten in on all the fun with a neat little program that allows kids to build, create, and display their one-of-a-kind creations.
Hi guys, y'all are here for Lego Party? Yes. Good, come on in. Lego Party started at Grissom Library about 6 months ago. I had read of other libraries across the country that had done Lego parties with great success, and I thought it would be something that the children here would really enjoy. So we did the first one during the summer with good success with 3 tubs of Legos that I purchased. Well, the Lego creations that the children had made were in the display case, and so a gentleman came in and saw them and thought he had Legos at home and asked if we would like a donation, and of course we said yes. Well, he brought in 3 huge tubs of Star Wars Legos, which really made the program. The kids were crazy for the Star Wars Legos, and it's been very successful ever since.
I've never seen this many Legos. Someone asked me if someone wanted a door, and I found a window, and I started thinking of building a house.
It's really fun, actually, because this is my second time being here. It's amazing, actually. I just want to stay here forever.
It is an odd combination, and I'm not sure why it works. I think it's just that we're thinking outside the box for things that the children will enjoy doing. And I think Legos, because it's all about creativity. We enjoy so much the children make their own creations, and then we ask them to name them, and they have to stand up in front of the group and tell what they created and describe it to us, and it's always very inventive and very creative. They do a wonderful job with the Legos.
This thing is called the Invaders, and they're trying to get the treasure from the secret island, and they're trying to take it, but the people that are guarding it are attacking them because they don't want them to get the treasure.
Wow. We do the Lego Party once a month. It's always on a Saturday, usually 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Parents do have to register their children because the nature of the program, they have to have a certain amount of space to build the creation. So we limit it to 20 children per Saturday. And we're very proud of the Lego program. It certainly has taken off, and it's very exciting. That's in addition to the computer programs that we have, to the books, to the CDs, to the DVDs, our story times, which of course we do. There's so much going on at the library now. This is just one out of many things that happen here every day.
Well, that's about all the time we have for you this month. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Newport News in Review, as we've helped to expand your mind at the very popular Virgil Grissom Library. And as always, on behalf of everyone here at Newport News TV, whether you're watching us on TV or online at nngov.com, Facebook, or YouTube, thanks for watching. And we'll see you here real soon for the February edition of Newport News in Review, right here on Newport News Television.